Shalom, Israel. This is Priest and Officer Kayadwan from I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead Israel at this time. I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Barakatham to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Ailathan Ba'asham Yahweh Shai to my sisters. All right, so you know what I mean? We're upon a series of African cultures that, you know what I mean, proves that we are not the same people. Today we are going to examine, you know what I mean, a certain African tribe called the Himba tribe. You understand? And they have a custom of not bathing, you know what I mean, especially the women in this tribe. You understand? So without further ado, you understand, just share this video on all social media platforms. If you have a question, just leave it in the comment section. I will jump straight into an article right now. You understand? All right, so this says, the reason why the Himba people in Namibia or Namibia don't bathe. You understand? Hopefully you can see that. 1 second. There you go. See? So it said the reason why they don't bathe. See? Let me scroll back in. All right. So bear with me. You know what I mean? It said Namibia is a country in the southern part of Africa, the home and land of the brave. You understand? By all standard, is a beautiful country since she achieved independence from South Africa. You understand? So this country in Africa is down there in near South Africa. You understand? So it gained independence March 1990, following the Namibia War of Independence. All right, let's scroll down to find out some more about this tribe. See? 1 second. It says, what makes this tribe so popular has to do with their way of living, clothing. You understand? So one thing that make them special is their clothing. Because, all right, this tribe, you might see this tribe all over the internet. Their women don't wear tops. You understand? Their women are basically naked and them skin look red, in a sense, and them ear look cake up. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can find a picture. You know, as a matter of fact, we're not going to share no picture of them, you know what I mean? But just research the Himba tribe. You understand? Let me read that again. What makes this tribe so popular has to do with their way of living, clothing, economy, and interesting custom. One of the grapevines is that they offer guest sex. I want to listen, you know. See? One of the grapevines is that they offer guests. So the tourists who come amongst them tribe, these women offer them sex for free. So free prostitution. I guess you shouldn't call it prostitution. You should just call it whoredom. You know what I mean? Outright whoredom in this tribe. And that is the reason why, all right, because you see these African tribes, you see them, you know what I mean, naked, and in your mind you're saying, oh, Africans are naked because they are close to nature and so forth. You understand? Their women breasts hanging out and all them things there. And you love to be African because you say, well, Africans are close to nature and that is why their women dress naked. The point of the matter is African women are just whores. That is the reason why them dress naked. You understand? You think them don't know that their breast is showing? You think them don't know, say they are naked? Them know, but them don't care. You understand? And when our women, you know what I mean, pick up the ways of these heathens, them do the same way, and you can know a whore when you see a whore. A whore likes to dress naked. You understand? And these African women are just whores. That is the reason why they are naked. And the men are gay. That's why they're naked. You understand? Let me continue reading. So one of the grapevines is that they offer guest sex for free. And another point is that they adorn every newborn baby with bead necklace. But there are other interesting facts about them. You understand? Let me scroll down. Then, just like the Japanese who lived in isolation for much of their history under the Togawa shogunate, the Himba people practically live in seclusion and are wary of external contacts. You understand? So it said them weary, meaning them don't like external contacts. Then why when people come around, you offer them sex? That don't add up to me. You understand? Although they engage in cooperation with neighboring tribes, they would resist any form of contamination to their belief and culture. Meaning they love this culture. You know what I mean? Them love this culture of not bathing and, you know what I mean, not offering people sex and being free whores. You understand? And this is the women. This is the tribe I'm talking about. And you have seen this tribe all over. We're not gonna show, at least we're gonna try to scroll past it as quick as possible. See? The red cake up women them, and you know what I mean, look at them here, cake up with mud or something, and you know what I mean, and you look at them, and many people who love Africa would say, whoa, them culture beautiful and rare, and enough Rastafarians would say, see the locks there, you know what I mean, see the dreads, there's the dreads, see it is African culture, but you don't know how disgusting this tribe is, like every other African culture, you know, just outright disgusting. You understand? But guess what you don't see? You don't see Rastafarians and you don't see pro-African people, you know what I mean, walking around naked like these African tribes that are the Africans that they like to tell you that you are. You understand? Let me scroll down. See? The Himba people are predominantly farmers. They raise different breed of livestock, especially goats, cattle, sheep, etc. The women are largely preoccupied with collecting firewood, sourcing for fresh water for consumption, cooking and serving meal, and engaging in other forms of artisanship. So the women find fresh water. That means that there is fresh water there. Regardless, you might say, boy, not much because of where they live. There's no fresh water, not enough fresh water, but still enough to take a bath. You understand? Let me continue reading. Some of them are socially inclined and religious, worshiping the gods of their ancestors. You know what I mean? And gods in the sense of multiple gods. And this is it. When you go off to worship African culture, that is all you are doing. African culture is just the worshiping of the gods of their foreparents. You understand? So you claiming that, you know what I mean? We're not talking about the Rastafari community at this time, but people who love Africa love to talk about there is no God. Me understand? I just the spirits and rare African one bag of thing. See? African culture is all about the worshiping of their gods. You understand? Their idols. The fact that them don't bathe is because that is a custom in worshiping their God. The fact that the women give away free sex to visitors, to tourists who visit the tribe. And hey, let me just tell you straight. They are not giving away free sex. You understand? Whenever these oppressors who like to visit these remote tribes in Africa come to these tribes, then give them sex with the hope that the oppressor will left US dollars, gadgets, and bring back things for them. And you know what I mean? That is just them giving them Irish hospitality so that them can get something in return. So they are not giving away free sex. It's still whoredom. You know, it's sex tourism. That's all it is. They realize that these oppressors and these visitors have money and they make the woman them play the whore. You understand? That's all it is. See? That's all it is. You understand? And this is African culture, and that is what you need to know. African culture embedded in whoredom, and that is the reason why them dress naked. You understand? It's not to get in contact with nature and you know what I mean? Nature means you have to walk around naked. No, it's that they are whores and they are sexual deviants and them don't have no shame. You understand? I mean, they are not animals, you know. So them know whether or not they are naked or not, you know. See? So The reason behind it is because of them filthy culture. You know what I mean? Something that you would have shown it for the most part. You know what I mean? The only people, as I say, we know walk up and down naked are whores. So why are the Africans exempted? Let me continue reading. This is not peculiar to them. Salakia, let me read up. The Imba people believe in polygamy, and many of their young girls marry off at an early age. And you can bet your bottom dollar that early age they matter about, Zane, that is probably, you know what I mean, at the age of 8, 9, and 10. This is not peculiar to them, as most traditional African tribes still practice this custom. It is not the case, however, that they don't bathe even if it's not with water. One of the reasons why the Imba people don't bathe with water is because of their harsh climate condition, and they live in one of the most extreme environment on the earth. And that is a lie, that because water have to be there for you to survive. If water is not there, how do you drink water? Some form of water is there and enough for you to survive and to feed cattle. Where does the cattle, because them raise goat and them raise, you know what I mean, cows, they are farmers. Oh, you water the plant. Does not, rain don't come out of the sky neither. Desert area, yes, but at the same time, oh, you raise cattle. If water is not there, it's just the culture. The water is there in scarcity, but they would rather not bathe because of them disgusting culture. See? So it's a harsh climate condition as they live in the most extreme environment on Earth. The harsh desert climate and the unavailable of portable water prevents them from having a normal water bath. Yet they look extremely pretty, and them don't look pretty. You know what I mean? Them don't look pretty. You understand? That is just African standard of what beauty is. And our women don't do them, don't put them cake up dirt in them ear and paint themselves red brown. I don't know if that is them true complexion, if that red brown is them true complexion, but all we know is that is not beauty to us. You understand? We're gonna play a little video of this tribe. Zine, remember, like this video, share on our social media platforms. You know the thing already.
Take baths, and yet they always smell great.
Who is this?
The women of this African tribe don't take baths, and yet they always smell great. This tribe is called Himba. They live in a desert where rain is very rare. So oftentimes, they have to move from one place to another in search of water they can use for drinking. And it's precisely because of the lack of water that taking showers is something they can't afford to do often. When the hot and dry summer comes, Himba women go out there to find this plant that exudes a resin called omubiri. They collect it, take it home, and store it for the rest of the year. They make coal like this. Then they place the omubiri resins in them because it has a pleasant smell, and they take smoke baths with it.
And they will just take the coal of the fire, and then they will put the perfume on top of it, then smoke around their necks, under their arms, and they will sit on top of the smoke.
Yes, instead of taking baths of water, they take baths using the pleasant smelling smoke on their bodies and even their hair. The women of this...
You understand? So rather than to bathe with water, them bathe with smoke. You understand? And them say, well, them smell great. I would doubt that. You understand? I will certainly doubt that because I don't know what kind of smoke can take off the funk of not bathing. You understand? All right. So where are the Rastafari woman them we bathe with smoke? You don't really see that. Where are the pro-African people them that bathe with smoke? You know, I go see that. Where are the cake in the ear? Where's the red painted skin and all of them things there? Where are the women walking about with them breasts hanging out? You know, I go see that because, to be completely honest, African culture is not our culture. You know what I mean? For the most part, what you see our people practicing over here is romanticized African culture. But real African culture is this. We are see with these women not bathing with smoke. You know what I mean? And that is why we are trying to show you, say, look, man, come out of this African thing, Virgin. You know, we can draw so many. It's not like a one African culture that is, you know what I mean? It's so terrible, you know. There's so many. You understand? And what we are seeing is that our people who claim to be African, them don't pick these terrible African culture, but them pick others. Them pick a different one. Like Muta Baruka would rather not wear shoes. You understand? But he will wear, you know what I mean, this big wrap around him head and this big sheet. You know what I mean? Well clothed, eh? You know what I mean? Real African culture means that, you know what I mean, you eat monkeys, you understand, you eat wild animals. But Muta Baruka would rather be a vegan. That is not African. Veganism is not African culture. Veganism is something that you made up over here, that you learn over here. So, you understand? There's no culture upon earth that is vegan except Rastafarian culture. You know what I mean? None. No, definitely not the Africans. The Africans get meat wherever them can. If it be lion meat, zebra meat, monkey meat, alligator, crocodile meat, any meat where them can get, they will take it. That is African culture. You understand? You don't see Rastafarians wearing that big plate lip, that big plate in them lip. That is African culture. And that is also Ethiopian culture. So if you are Ethiopians, why you pick the best part of Ethiopia? Why you don't pick it all? Why are you discriminating against, you know what I mean, other Ethiopians? You understand? But one thing, the God of Israel, which is the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what I mean? The 12 tribe of Israel, the people who were brought crossing the transatlantic slave trade, which is us here in Jamaica, the black people here in Jamaica, North, Central, and South America, the Taino Indians, the, you know what I mean? All the Native and Hispanic people. You know what I mean? One thing with our God, he gave us a culture of bathing, washing of the flesh. This is the book of Leviticus 16 and 24, and it says, and he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place and put on his garment. And this is where all these heathens get, you know what I mean, the culture of bathing. And we bathe, the Israelites bathe frequently. You understand? Wash with water frequently. That is what all we stay today. We bathe frequently. You understand? The Africans don't bathe frequently. The Chinese don't bathe frequently. The oppressor don't bathe for weeks upon weeks. Once a month is good enough for him. That's why I smell like a dog. You understand? But Israelites, black, Hispanics, and Native Indians bathe frequently because what? We are the children of Israel and our culture is different from the culture of these heathens. So it says, and he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place, that is bathing, and put on his garment. That is what we do. You know what I mean? We bathe, put on some clothes, you know what I mean? And we touch the street, smelling good, put on best cologne and best deodorant, smelling, you know what I mean, great. These Africans don't smell great. Them bathe with smoke. You understand? Let me jump to another scripture. See, Numbers 19 and 19. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the third day, and on the seventh day. And on the seventh day he shall purify himself and wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and shall be clean at even. Right? And this is in a circumstances, you know what I mean, following through with the priestly ordinance with certain things. See? But it all consists of bathing. We were the ones that were given bathing. You understand? That's what, and we think Jamaicans, we are coming from out of slavery now, we bathe more than the oppressor. How is that? How is it that we were living the lives of, you know what I mean, homeless people in slavery? And even during slavery, we bathe frequently. How is that? Because we were the ones that was giving this covenant with the Most High. The Most High gave us the tradition of bathing. And we bathe to this day. Sometimes 3 times per day. That is how we stay. From water there, we are bathed. You understand? But these heathens don't like bathing. You understand? Let me jump to another scripture. Numbers 19 and 7. Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water. Only the Hebrew records consist of bathing as a covenant from our God. Bathing is a part, cleaning, you know what I mean? Cleanliness is a part of being holy. You understand? And that is why we implore you, stop following the traditions of these heathens, man. Come out of the Rastafari community. Come out of the Christian church. You know what I mean? Come back to your records. That is the Bible that the Christian church or the oppressor hijacks. Hijack the Bible, not telling you that you are the people of the Bible. You are that people. So come out of the Christian church, man. You don't need the Christian church to know the Bible. Instead, watch our classes. You know what I mean? Come to our classes. Join this school. You know what I mean? Get your foot on the ground and put in some work. You know the thing already. This is I.S.U.P.K, Jamaican Command in General YAHANNA. And with that, like, share, subscribe. If you have questions, leave it in the chat. If you disagree, do the same. Shalom.